Conflict is one of those things that seeks us out and finds us every single day. In fact, I usually start my day every morning with a conflict. My alarm goes off at a very ungodly hour, telling me I need to get up so I'm not late for work. But my body tells me it's way too early. Hit snooze and keep sleeping. And that is just the first of many, many more conflicts I will run into before the end of the day. Imagine standing in a room full of all the people that you are connected to in your world. Maybe it's a room full of 100 people, or maybe it's a room full of 1,000. Now, imagine that you are literally connected to all of them, that everyone is holding hands, forming one large web of connected hands. Now, because no single person is on the exact same path in life, imagine that everyone is trying to go in a different direction while still staying connected. I'm sure you're picturing right now a lot of tension, some stretched limbs, utter chaos, and no one going anywhere. Sometimes that's how it can feel in the workplace or in our families. It's easy to blame conflict on other people. If we could just snap our fingers and everyone in that web could vanish, then we could carve out an easy path to get where we want to go without other people tugging on us to help meet their needs. But the truth is, even if you were the only person left on earth, you would still run into conflict. It's called internal conflict. I really want that piece of chocolate cake, but I really don't want those extra calories. As long as there are choices in front of us, limited resources, and diverse needs, we will face conflict. Conflicts of interest, conflicts of time, conflicts of money, conflicts of personalities, conflicts of needs. And those who learn to manage these conflicts well will be better adjusted in the workplace and in life in general. And as much as conflict can raise our stress levels, it's important to remember that it's not necessarily bad. To use a science illustration, think of the atom, the very basis of all matter. There are 4 different forces in play that keep the atom together. There's the electromagnetic force, the strong force, the weak force, and the gravitational force. And each force pushes against or pulls at the protons and neutrons in the atom with different amounts of tension. But it takes all 4 of these conflicting forces to keep the atom together. Likewise, when we learn to manage rather than try to remove or run from the conflicting forces in our lives, it could be the perfect blend of those conflicts that in fact keep our teams together, our organization together, and our lives together. In this training, we will review some management techniques that can lead to productive conflict in our lives. And we will do that by discussing 3 stages of conflict management. 1, assess the conflict. 2, manage conflict towards productive results. And 3, learn from the conflict and move on. Teachers, I encourage you to think of conflict management in the same way you think of classroom management. After all, the majority of classroom management is knowing how to resolve one conflict after the next all day long, every day. As we go through the steps in this training, consider how to apply each of them in the context of the daily classroom conflicts you face. Before we begin, take a moment to reflect on this thought. What is my natural response towards conflict?